We are always taking suggestions here on the Infectious Groove Music channel, and we were so thankful that friends of ours wrote in and gave us a suggestion for this series, the 5 great covers of. Lauren took a couple of shots at this already, and the idea is basically going to be, if you're a huge fan of a certain artist, maybe you did or didn't know about these 5 great covers that exist of that artist, and the reasons why we think you should check them out. So for my first turn at it, if you've ever listened to the Infectious Groove podcast or even watched any of the videos here on the channel, you know an artist I'm pretty serious about is Michael Jackson. And in many ways, Michael Jackson is one of those artists that most people, I think, would be like, nope, there's no way to cover that. Like, it was already perfect out of the box. Like, there's no way to cover it. And I've got 5 great covers, and I don't think they're that obvious of Michael Jackson that I think are maybe not any better than the original, but I think they're good takes on the songs for sure. The first one is a band that maybe a lot of people have forgot about. They were huge about 20 years ago for a short period of time, and they're doing a Michael Jackson song that I don't think gets anywhere near the attention that it deserves. It's a band called 3 Days Grace, and they do a fantastic cover of a Michael Jackson song from the Dangerous album called Give In To Me. And it's probably I'd say it is the most hard rock song Michael Jackson ever put out. So it's already hard rock on its own. Like, Slash played an amazing solo on the Michael Jackson version of the song, but then 3 Days Grace came along and did such justice to such a great, already rocking Michael Jackson song. And then on top of that, put their own spin on it a little bit too. So I would tell you to check that one out. Another one's a far more modern cover from an artist who I think is more known now in the songwriting aspect of the game than for her own hits, at least here in the United States, but has an amazing voice. And that's Jessie J did a version of Rock With You. Now, this one is the only one in the list that I have for you that, to my knowledge, isn't on any streaming service. We always include the links to all the songs in the description. So I do have a YouTube link, or a link in the description to the song on YouTube, so you can check that out. But just great version of Rock With You that Jessie J did that I think a lot of people really don't know about. The next one is one that is probably the most well-known out of the ones that I'm going to share. And that is that Fall Out Boy did a cover of Beat It that I think is absolutely fantastic. It's different in many, many ways from the Michael Jackson version, not the least of which is the fact that it doesn't include Eddie Van Halen playing the guitar solo on it, but John Mayer putting his own spin on the guitar solo. And it's just, for me, it's a fantastic cover of a song that I've loved ever since I was a little kid. And I really didn't know what to expect when I heard of it. And then I checked it out and I couldn't believe how much I did like it. So check that one out as well. The next one is probably the most somber and sad of all of them. And this one also isn't on any streaming service, but again, I'll have a link to the performance in the description of this video so you can check it out. Unfortunately, from Michael Jackson's memorial service, John Mayer came out and did a fantastic instrumental rendition of Human Nature. The circumstances are awful under which the cover was performed, but I was stunned with how good it was. So depending on your level of fandom, if it's something you can watch again, the link will be in the description. If you can't, and I understand if you can't, then by all means pass over that one. But it's a fantastic cover of the song. The last one that I'm going to point out is one that I feel a couple of artists have done. And to be honest, I don't really think the versions that everyone always talks about of this song are all that great. But I have one that I think that you should check out because I don't ever hear people talking about it enough. And that's a country bluegrass duo called the Civil Wars. And they did a fantastic cover of Billie Jean that reinvents the song, in my opinion, completely different from the original. Now, again, I know you're probably thinking of some other artists who had covered Billie Jean and people talk about a lot, but I have to tell you, I think that the Civil Wars version of it is as good or better than those other covers that you hear about all the time. So if you're here on the channel and you're a big Michael Jackson fan and you've never heard any of these covers before, the links will be down below. If you have other covers of MJ that you think we should check out or other fans should, by all means, leave that as a comment below. If you have an artist you'd like to see us do in this series, even a challenge, I bet you can't find 5 good covers of this band or whatever, leave the comment for us and we'll be more than happy to cover it. And as we always say in every video, thank you so much for watching.